Hello, I'm Brian Noble, CEO of Family Policy Institute of Washington.
And I'm Brad Payne, president of FPIW Action.
Couple disclaimers before we get started today. Nothing in this video is an endorsement of the candidate, nor the candidate's endorsement of FPIW or FPIW Action. It's simply a public service to meet and greet the candidate. Brett?
All right. Well, Amy, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you. Glad to be here.
All right. So my first question is kind of a three-parter, very easy. First is if you would state your name and the position you're running for, and then follow that up with a little brief background on you. And then if you're willing to share just a little bit about your family.
I can do that. My name is Amy Cruver, and I am running for Pierce County Council District 3. District 3 encompasses the southern part of the county, and it's very rural, very large. It includes Mount Rainier. I have one city and one town, City of Roy and the town of Eatonville. And so that's the position I'm running for. And for my family, my husband, we have been together going on, oh gosh, 40, almost 42 years. We have been married almost 32 years. We have two children, and my oldest son is an electrician, and he is working on his commercial card. I'm trying to think of what that term is. He has his administrator's license, and he can do residential. My second son is in roofing. He went through a community college with Running Start to learn welding, but ended up roofing. And he and his wife have two little girls, almost 3 and almost 1.
Excellent. So what would you say is motivating you to run for office?
My motivation has been in my concern for the erosion of our constitutional rights. That's where it started in the past. And I worked my way up through, I want to say the ranks, in the sense I'd always been in the private sector working, and something happened where I'm wondering what is the government doing? And I began as an assistant at the legislature for 7 years, and then I went to the county council for 7 years, or 8 years an assistant, and then 3.5 years now as the elected representative. And so, as watching the constitutional rights of land and property and speech, that is what continues to motivate me, and then my constituents.
Awesome.
Ask a lot.
All right. I'm going to follow that up with another similar question since you've already named the constitutional right. Could you name for us or tell us about two other, what I would consider top concerns or issues that you have? And then what would you expect to accomplish in office if you're elected?
Other concerns are the public safety, where the proper role of government being changed. Public safety is the reason we have government. Starting back, and when we have inmates, I guess, or guests of the jail or the prison system being let out, I have concerns with that. The property right crimes are escalating, and that is wrong. And then I'm finding where the Bar Association is lobbying the Supreme Court to require them to only have so many cases, in which happens then if we have criminals that don't get representation, they get let go. And that is a problem with that. The other concerns I have with the way the dollars are spent, we seem to be driven policy-wise by the grant money as opposed to doing what's right. And so that's another concern I have in trying to work with that. And then you asked some of the things that I hope to continue in the district. I have been working with constituents and trying to develop economic development and recreational, particularly like from Eatonville to Mount Rainier. There's a lot of potential for tourism and drawing people to the area, and hopefully trying to keep it a little bit rural as well. I am working with other constituents where there is the ability to populate the fish. And that is something very important to the state. Then also, my notes. The parks and recreation is also something very near and dear to constituents. Trying to develop Frontier Park is another issue. That's like our only main draw in the 3rd Council District. And so I'm also looking for opportunities to make more park areas, within the county, viable for more public use. And also something I like to do with the constituents is being able to inform them of the issues going on. And that has been a good feedback for me in letting them know other things that are affecting the policies that affect them here at the county. We are an arm of the state, and so there's only so much that we can do. And letting them know of things that are going on outside of the system that they can maybe relate to their state representative or their federal representative to have a better knowledge of what is influencing policy.
Excellent. So our fourth and final question is that FPIW Action and FPIW has presented you with 18 of our issues or policies that we work on, everything from public safety, individual freedom, quality education, parental rights, so forth. Any of those other social issues or other issues you'd like to talk about?
Well, we could probably talk about all of them, but we don't have enough time for that. But so that's where I kind of was going through. Individual freedom is a big deal in that we need to be able to be self-governing, and the government isn't letting us do that. They're mandating you do this, you do that, and that's an issue. Public safety, we already went over. The environmental stewardship and property rights, the policies, that are prioritized, it seems that they are looking at the environment over the humans. I look at spotted owl. There's about 8-9 million acres, I believe, for a spotted owl. And we know that its predator is the barred owl. And so that's taking away a lot of property. They're managing land and taking away your right to use it based on the animals. The education system is not really knowledge-based anymore. It started with knowledge-based, then it became outcome-based, and then environmental-based. And it needs to be back to common sense. The healthcare freedom is another major issue where we are being dictated to on what we can and can't do based on, well, that might not be good for you. And I'm like, we can take care of ourselves better. Let government stick to providing the roads, providing the framework so that we can prosper. The tax control, something that has just recently come to light in the sense, I really don't think I believe in property taxes. I was talking with a constituent who has a small farm and a small business, yet it's in a very desirable area, and you've got these mansions being built, which is increasing the property values, and they'll be taxed out of their home. And I'm like, that's not right. I guess I'm more of a consumption tax person. The election integrity, of course, recently I've been having people tell me, yeah, my friend got 6 ballots, or my friend, my parents have been gone for 2 years and I can't get them to stop sending ballots. I think that's interesting. And the affordable housing, of course, we have the regulatory situations going on where I've got a constituent that has to wait 4 months for a cultural study because there aren't enough people who do those. And of course, protecting life and religious liberty. If I don't care about life, how can I care about you? And it's anyway. Have I used up my time yet? Because
No, you did great. You did great. No, that's excellent.
Stuck in under the clock. So
yeah, okay.
Well, Amy, thank you so much. I know that this seems like a short period of time for so many issues, but the goal is to give everybody a glimpse of what's important to you and know a little bit more about you, and you've certainly accomplished that. So thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate you taking the time out to visit with us.
Thank you for all that you do and providing this opportunity to share. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Okay.
Well, I'm Brad Payne with FPIW Action.
And I'm Brian Noble with FPIW. Friendly reminder that nothing in this video is considered an endorsement of the candidate, nor the candidate's endorsement of FPIW or FPIW Action. This will be pre-recorded and placed on several of FPIW and FPIW Action platforms. Like we like to say around here, let's go out there and love our neighbor by faithfully stewarding the public square. God bless.